When you're learning how to handstand, it's a great idea to practice against the wall. It's really good for beginners to build up their confidence, and it's also good for more intermediate or advanced people to use the wall to increase their shoulder strength and stability and endurance, and also to help find balance against the wall as well. If you're starting out from scratch and need to build your confidence, just start with your hands on the ground about a foot away from the wall, and your first task is just to jump and let one foot touch the wall. You're just going for those toe taps. What that's going to do is just gently build your confidence, because you're going to start to feel familiar with where the wall is. Your mind, your brain is going to start to feel comfortable with where the wall is, and that sensation of jumping and going upside down is going to start to feel familiar to you. Once you're comfortable with one foot touching the wall, try and get the other leg to come all the way up. So the first foot acts as like a stabilizer, and then the second leg comes all the way through. Try and keep it as straight as you can, and you'll end up in this kind of position. Make sure you repeat all these exercises on both legs. Once that feels familiar, you're going to go all the way up with both legs straight. You're going to build your confidence slowly. Once you're comfortable with being upside down, try and stay up there for 20 seconds of endurance. Once that starts to feel familiar, then go for 30 seconds, 45 seconds, eventually a minute. This is going to strengthen your shoulder stability. Once you're feeling confident upside down against the wall, it's now time to start playing around with balance. What you can do is experiment with taking one foot off the wall at a time, and you can experiment with swapping them. So take one foot away and then put it back and let the other foot come away. Keep those legs straight, keep the toes pointed, take your time, there's no urgency. Be comfortable with incremental improvements. There's no rush with any of this. And once it's starting to feel smooth, what you can do is stop in the middle and try and find a moment of balance. Eventually, you'll be able to bring your feet away from the wall and balance. This is a great exercise for finding your balance. The wall is definitely your friend. Now, once you've done all those exercises one way, you're going to turn around and do them all the other way. Carefully, you're going to walk your way up the wall so that your nose is facing the wall. Walk your hands in, your nose and your hips should be touching the wall. This is a great way to help you get straight and aligned. If you're unsure, put a crash mat in front of you or get a partner to spot you. Make sure you save enough energy so that you can walk out safely. Doing it this way round is a little trickier, so go careful. Once you feel confident being up there for 30 seconds facing the wall with your nose touching the wall, what you can do is let your hands be a bit further away from the wall this time, maybe a foot and a half or even 2 feet. And now you're going to repeat the same exercise where you swap legs. Do your best to keep your legs straight and your toes pointed. Eventually, you'll be able to just stop in the middle and balance. The perfect way to finish this training session is with some shoulder stretching and some shoulder strengthening exercises. Kick up against the wall, let your feet touch the wall, and then carefully lower your bum to the wall so that the backs of your legs are flat against the wall. And now you can push your chest through, tuck your head through, and you can carefully stretch your shoulders open. The closer your hands are to the wall, the safer it is. And as you build your confidence over time, you can start with your hands a little bit further away from the wall, and that will give you a bigger shoulder stretch. The last thing you can do is an inverted downward dog. That's where you're facing the other direction, you walk your feet up the wall so that you're in a right angle piked position. And now you can pulse back and forwards with your shoulders. This is going to do wonders to strengthen them, and it will increase your handstand stability dramatically over time. You can use the wall to practice forearm stands and headstands. Make the most of the wall, it's a really useful tool. If you've enjoyed this video, please share it on Facebook and social media.